Hello YouTube, it's me KT and welcome to another video. Merry Christmas! The time at which you are watching this, it is not Christmas, but the time at which I'm filming it, it is. I'm in Southern California, and this is really the year to call it Southern California. We have a heat wave today for Christmas, so like my family is all in Georgia, and I was calling everybody, and they're like, oh, it's 30 degrees, it's 20 degrees in the part that I'm at. I was just in Denver, where it was a nice 30-40 degrees. Like, it's cold. The girls are cold, but we have a heat wave. It is 79, about to be 80 degrees outside. It was a nice, lovely, bright, shiny day, so I decided to come to the park, have a little chill, and I figured I'd film a TMI for you guys while we're here. So, happy holiday. The holiday season is already past by the time this uploads. It shouldn't. This video should be going up a little bit before New Year, so happy holiday. And let's talk about New Year. Normally for TMI, I'm in my room and we have like the 2 cameras set up and we flash back and forth, but I'm just not doing that today. I'm just simply not doing all of that. So this is going to be a little bit less interesting. I'm sorry, but you'll love it anyway. TMI is a visual podcast regardless, so don't even worry about the visuals. This is just more of a podcast. I have my Starbucks in this unlabeled cup. Starbucks is open today. It's Christmas, by the way. As I said, they're open today, which like I expected, but I expected them to close at like 3. They're open until 8 p.m. Why? Why Starbucks? And I know there's some Starbucks out there that have their employees on like a 2 to 4 hour shift, just in and out. But I know there's some Starbucks out there that scheduled the girls on an 8-12 hour shift. I just know it. Y'all are nasty for that. That is very disrespectful. I did not realize they were open that late until I saw the little holiday hours sign. I was like, what in the world? Couldn't be me. I mean, I say that because I'm past my days of working like customer service, food service jobs. I worked at Godiva in high school and a little bit of college, and I worked at Office Depot, and I'm just so glad that that junk is over. Like, oh my gosh, love it. Cause Christmas and I don't have to be nowhere. I don't have to be nowhere. So to the girls who are still working at old slavery, I wish you the very, very best. I hope that next Christmas you don't have the same results. Thank you for the latte. You could have been home though. You know what I'm saying? I could have just drank some water. It didn't have to happen. That's how I feel about the corporations that are open all damn day on Christmas. 2022, moving into 2023. That is insane. The way years work for me is that for most of the year, I'm 1 year older than the year. So it's 2022 right now. For most of this year, I was 23. So in 2023, for most of the year, I will be 24. My birthday's in November, so that's why most of the year I'm a year older than the year. I look red. I swear I do. So 2022, we need to talk about where I was, what happened, what got accomplished, and just let's just do a 2022 review. You can't plan for the next year without reviewing the previous. And I'm not planning for next year with you guys. I just want to talk about what I'm thinking, what I'm planning, what went well, what went poorly, what I want to change, where I want to go, who I want to be, and some of the things I still have questions about. And I'm hoping maybe y'all can reflect alongside me, see how it feels for your year, if there's anything you want to take from me, if there's anything, okay? So what did I even do in 2022? I started a Notion page. So I have my Notion open. I'm loving this little app. It's like MySpace. Like, you get to make your little page, make it cute. It's like early YouTube as well. You get to customize all your little pages and make them cute. Meets a journal, because you're writing down all your shit. Meets like a digital calendar. Like, it's just an organization software for adults. And it's just super, super, super freaking cute. I'm sure you've heard of it. Everybody's getting sponsored by it right now. I'm not. That's why I will mention Asana, Airtable, Slack. There are other apps that do the same thing, but I have Notion. I like it. I think it's cute. It's like MySpace for adults, in my opinion. Okay, moving forward. So in January, I threw a New Year's party. My friends did not show up. Some of them did, but most of them didn't. It was still a fun time though. February and March, I was a little bit lonely, a little bit sad, as is me. So I was alone a lot. And like I was exploring, but I was alone and I didn't necessarily want to be alone. Like sometimes I'm cool with it, sometimes it's a little lonely. So it was a little bit lonely. But then in April, I finally wrangled up my friends and we went to LA, booked a hotel for the night, went to a cool concert. It was a lot of fun. I love the visuals that we got from that. I also hiked Strawberry Peak, which was beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous girls. It's probably, yeah, it still is my favorite hike that I've done. I just hiked 2 days ago because I was like, I'm gonna be alone for Christmas. I should do a Christmas weekend hike and take advantage of the time off and the fact that I don't have to see anybody. So I just did a hike, Josephine Peak, which might be my second place. It was gorgeous, but Strawberry Peak is still on top. So I did that. In May, I went to Vegas with one of my old friends from Georgia. Hey babe, how are you doing? There are Vegas vlogs all over my channel. Go ahead and check them out so you can see what I was doing. You can check all my vlogs, honestly. I literally vlogged the whole year, so you'll see all of it. And then in June, I hit my 1 year in LA. July, I hit my 1 year at my current job. So I was just celebrating having been here for so long, having made it so far, having getting acclimated, things of that nature. In August, I took my first ever solo trip. Vlogs of that are also available. I went to Tulum, Mexico. It's gorgeous. It was so much fun. It was amazing. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. In September, I was dating this one particular boy who upset me, so that is what I put for September. But I'm sure other things happened, but like that was kind of the main event of that month. In October, I grabbed one of my friends and we went to the Fullerton Arboretum. Fullerton is a city in Orange County. I live right in between Orange County and LA, so I go to both. We went to the Arboretum. It was beautiful. They have like a bamboo forest, like Chinese, Japanese section. Gorgeous. Love it. Honestly, I should go back. It's free and it was super cute, so I should go back. November was my 24th birthday. I went to Barbados. You guessed it, there are travel vlogs of that available on the channel. And in December, I went to Denver with a friend from Georgia. That's not available on the channel. I made that a private trip, but it was pretty fun. And also it's December right now. So I guess in December I filmed this video. Oh my god. So I liked doing that little month by month because sometimes like months, days, weeks, it all just blends together. Everything feels the same. It can kind of feel like you just wake up and go to work every day. So I wanted to just like see what I did actually. See what was different. See what I was proud of myself for accomplishing, see where I've been, see just, because they say like you overestimate what you can do in a year and underestimate what you can do in 5. I feel like I don't even think about 5 years. I tend to try and do everything in a year, and when everything that I ever wanted doesn't happen within, a year, 3 months, whatever timeline I set for myself, that was way too short. When I don't have every single thing in my life perfect by the end of that time, I'm just like, wow, I'm a failure and I did nothing. What have I even done this year? Wake up and go to work, do my laundry, like I didn't even do anything. So it was nice to reflect month by month. I have my Instagram and YouTube to help me figure out what I did. I've been really enjoying like basically scrapbooking my life for the internet. Not for the internet, just on the internet, because I can always see where I was, what I was doing, and just have a refresher of like what my existence even was the past 300 and nearly 65 days. So what did you do this year? Let me know in the comments. What's your month by month? What's your playback? What's your roll through? If you don't have a month by month, give me quarter by quarter. What did you do Q1 this year? What was your one thing? I would say my New Year's party. Q1 was a bit of a flop, but in Q2, I would give it Vegas. Q3, I would give it Tulum. And Q4, I would give it Barbados. Oh my gosh, I'm a travel girly. I am a travel girly. So stupid. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you did. Or just, pull out your notebook, write down the months, scroll through your Instagram, scroll through your stories, ask your friends, let's think about what you even did this year. Because It was a long year. 360 whole 5 days, a lot can happen. Even if the things that you did are work related, that just means work was an important part of your life this year. You know, if you got that promotion, if you went to that seminar, you know, that's still valuable. I know I'm using work as my example of a bad thing, but that's just because it just feels repetitive to me. But to some people, it's not repetitive. So, what did you get up to? What we know what I did, but how do I feel about it? What went well in 2022, and what didn't go so well, so that I can think about what I want to get into in 2023. So first of all, I am very happy that I was a travel girly this year. Before this year, in 2022, no, it is 2022. In 2021, right? I was determined to retire by 30. Like, I had just watched the little YouTube videos. If you haven't fallen across this part of the internet, it's called FIRE with like dots. It stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. So FIRE. There are the girlies on here who are usually software engineers. They make 100K plus, and they like save all their money. Like, they live off $20,000 and save all the rest. They invest in the stock market. They invest in real estate. They just invest all their money and find ways to make money without actually having a job. And then they retire by 30 and just live off of their investments and their YouTube channel, and they just chill. And I was determined to do it. Let me tell you something about me. I'm not a software engineer. I do not make $100,000 a year. I do not make even half of that. So I was determined to do it, but every time I would do numbers, I'm like, yo, this is not going to work. This does not make any sense. So I was trying to save all my money so that I could retire early and travel for a couple of years before going back to work. But I just wanted a couple of years off to travel and just like enjoy existing, and then go back to work to like actually have a bit of a career when I was older, and just felt like I had done the things that I needed to do, and when I was like ready to settle down and stuff. Like, I just wanted to be fun and young and free and fresh. But then I was like, all I want to do is travel. Why can't I just do that now? Like, why do I have to be retired to take a vacation? And so this year was my challenge to see if I could do it, even on my income, even with me like getting maybe 8 hours of vacation time from my job, which is nothing. Me just with my limitations, to see if I could even do it. And I found that I very well could. I very well could. My savings account got saved. My investments, as small as they were, got invested. My rent got paid, and I still took 4 major trips this year. I did lots of small trips as well, because I'm living in a new state, and so every city that I haven't been to yet is an adventure in and of itself. But 4 major trips that involved a plane, 2 of them being international and 1 of them being solo. I feel like I just really got to experience my travel girly start this year, and it is very much the start. There is more to come. I don't think I will be traveling as much in 2023, just because I have a financial goal that I am building towards, and I am not making as much as I made last year because I didn't get a raise. So my money, and inflation is inflating, so my money is not stretching as far. So I'm not going to be traveling as much, I don't think, but I will still be out there. Okay, I will still be getting on the plane. That's something I've realized about myself this year. If you invite me on a plane, I'm gonna be on the plane. If you say, hey Kayla, let's go to Denver, and I say, why? I would have to take time off of work. That would cost me money. That doesn't make any sense. I still got on the plane. I still got on the plane, and I was in the airport thinking like, where am I gonna go next? So it's just something I've had to accept about myself. I'm very much a get on the plane type girl, regardless of what my bank account is telling me I should be doing. So I am going to be traveling next year. Just not quite as much, I don't think, because I'm trying to get my finances to look a little bit more like what I want them to look like, and my job is not helping me do that, so I'm gonna have to help myself. Should I be publicly shitting on my job? They know they didn't give me a raise. That's on them. Yeah, so I took 2 international trips. I'm very pleased about that. 1 of them being solo, so I feel like now I can travel solo. Like, literally. What's gonna happen? I mean, obviously it's still unsafe in certain places. There's a lot to take into consideration, but the fact that I made it through, I survived, and I had fun just shows me that I could do it again. I did it once, so why can't I do it again, you know? What else did I accomplish this year? It feels like last year, but it's still this year because it's Christmas. I reached my savings goal. Honestly, that was more attributed to 2021 because I reached my savings goal in July. And then that was right around the 1 year at my job when I didn't get a raise. And that was right around the time when inflation was inflating the worst. So that's when my savings kind of fell apart. And it's just been falling ever since. But I reached the goal. So at least that happened. I have a little emergency fund. So if my house burns down, I will probably not have to be homeless. So that's just nice to have in your back pocket, you know. It was like, I feel like I reached the goal with a little bit too much ease. Like, it was fairly simple. I just kind of decided how much I needed to save to feel like this was my emergency fund, so to feel like I would be covered in the event of a large emergency, and I saved it. And it was just like, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all trying to make this look like it was difficult. Like I would have to give up my lattes. Like I couldn't have avocado toast. Y'all were making it seem like this was some whole big thing, and it was not. And I realized a lot of this stuff, this also plays into my week without social media. Check out that video if you haven't seen it. I don't love the way that it's edited, but the content and like the message I'm giving is still there. A lot of these things kind of play into that idea, and that I would watch these financial videos because I didn't know anything about finances and I was trying to get my life together. I'd watch these videos. I had already read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to read next, but I just realized one day, I was like, y'all are all saying the same thing. If I want to save money, I have to have the money and have enough of it that I don't spend all of it and then not spend the part that's left. I have to have disposable income that I do not spend. That's all you're all saying. It's all exactly the same. So I have the disposable income. All I have to do is not spend it, and then it'll be saved. And so I just did that. And it was like, why are y'all trying to make everything so complicated? And I just wonder what other aspects of adult life are really complicated in my head right now that are actually very simple in actuality. You know what I'm saying? What else did I do? I started investing barely, but you know, I figured it out. I know what stocks are. I remember when I first started, I looked up how to invest in stocks, and all of the videos were telling me how to invest in good stocks. But I'm like, no, you guys are overestimating me. I want to know how to invest in stocks. Like, do I go to stocks.com? Do I have to call somebody? Like, is it through my bank? Like, how do I actually complete the transaction? And that took me a very long time to figure out because a lot of the internet assumed that I already knew how to do that. So the fact that I've gone from that to like actually understanding what stocks are, understanding bonds, understanding crypto. I don't understand NFTs, but like we'll get there some other day. Understanding it, knowing what it is, investing, not losing all my money, just, you know, dipping my little toes into that water. I feel like, again, the girls made it a lot more complicated than it actually was. So it's just another one of those things that I had to simplify in my mind. And simplification is actually kind of a pillar of my plans for 2023, but we'll get to that. So what else went well? I did YouTube every week. This is something I needed to talk to you guys about. Every week for 2022, I uploaded a video on or near Saturday. So there were like 2 weeks where it didn't go up Saturday, but basically every other week. So it's been 52 videos this year, and I will make a dedicated little mini video about it. But I just want to say, like, thank you to those of you who have shown back up for me, who have subscribed, who have left comments, who come back around. It's nice to see familiar names, familiar faces, and know that there are a few of you who are getting value from this, and who for some reason enjoy hearing me talk about my life and are maybe feeling related to about it, or are taking advice from me so you don't fuck up the same ways that I do. I don't know. It's been a fun experience, and I wasn't even planning to upload every week for the year. Originally, I was like, I'm going to do it for 3 months. And then the 3 months ended, and I was like, I could do another 3. And then I did 6 months. And I was like, okay, but I could do another 3. And then at that point, it was like, well, I may as well do the whole year because I'm already here. So that is what we did this year. I'll talk more about it in another video, but for now, thank you for coming around. I hope you guys have enjoyed this year and all 52 of the videos that I gave you. If you have not seen all 52 of them, you know exactly what you need to do. I turned 24 without getting depressed about it. Would you look at that? So your mid-20s, 24, 25, 26, usually somewhere in that range, 30, somewhere in there, is the time when you 10 years ago had planned to have your whole life together. And generally, the consensus with like millennial, zillennial, Gen Xers, the general consensus is that you get to that age and your life is not together. And like you can look at a scrapbook of where your parents' life was at that time, and you can look at where your life is at that time, and you're like, so something's not adding up here. And so I feel like the fact that I was able to turn 24, have such a beautiful and amazing birthday trip, come back and not feel like I had failed at everything and that I was a loser and that I was never going to get this to here and that to there and never pull myself together, I'm pleased with that. It did take some time. It did take some planning. It did take some mental readjusting, but it's just another year of life. This should be a celebratory time, not a time for me to feel like I flopped at everything, because 24 years to get your life together. It isn't even 24 years. It's like 2 years, really, because you graduate college at 22. I was supposed to pull everything together in 2 years. That's a bit extreme. So I'm happy we made it to 24. I don't know if 25 is gonna go the same way. I don't know if by 26 I'm still gonna be cool with this. But we're gonna cross our fingers and hope. I hear a flame, but I don't see it. I hope that I found better balance for my life, but I want to talk about that when we get into 2023, because there's even more that I could and will be doing. Hiking. I hiked a lot in 2022. Have some hiking goals for 2023. But I would say Bridge to Nowhere, 10-mile hike, and Strawberry Peak, my highest peak, were two big accomplishments, and I'm very pleased with them. And I just feel like, you know, I'm a little nature girly. My legs are sore right now from 2 days ago's hike. I hiked on Friday. It's Sunday. Girl, listen, I was about to do a 10-mile hike with 2,700, like a mile of elevation gain. That was what I was going to do, but the trail was closed. So I said, okay, let me do a little hike. It had 2,200 feet of elevation gain, so a little bit less than a mile. And it was 8 miles, like, long. So I was like, this is going to be too easy. I wanted to do something hard. Ciao. When I tell you that hike beat my ass, I am sore beyond sore. Okay, it was rough. It was rough. It's a good thing that trail was closed, because I would be in the forest right now. I would not have made it those extra 2 miles. I would be dead. So I need to get back into shape, because I have not been on my grind the end half of this year like I was the beginning half. So this stuff has been getting difficult, and I need to get back in shape, because one of my goals is to climb a mountain in 2023. So I gotta get something together, because but you know, if we're gonna talk about what went well, we have to talk about what went poorly. I have some smaller things on my list, like, you know, getting better at doing my nails, but it's nothing worth talking about. So what went poorly in 2022? A little bit more than I wanted to go poorly. Number one is I became exhausted with thinking. A lot of thinking goes into my existence, and at a certain point you just can't sustain it anymore. And particularly I became exhausted with trying to be a happier person. Like, I don't think I'm all that negative, but the girls disagree with me. Apparently I look upset all the time, and apparently I'm upset more than other people are. That's the consensus that everyone has seemed to come to. So I put a lot of effort at one point in the year into being peaceful, into being mindful, into learning how to meditate, because I just struggle so much to turn my brain off, into just being a calm, happy girl. And no, 0 out of 10 would not recommend. After a while, your brain is just like, listen, bitch, we're gonna be sad today. we're just gonna be sad today. You're just gonna have to suck it up. I can't keep doing this with you. I can't keep doing this mental gymnastics with you. And I know, like, it makes me feel a little bit better at the end, but it's just honestly a lot of mental work. And I became very tired of that level of mental work. So giving myself a break. We're gonna get back into it in 2023, but not quite as intense. You'll see when we get there. I have like one big goal for 2023, realistically. One big goal that encompasses everything that I'm alluding to right now. My nose is so itchy. Ugh, I look crazy. Yeah, so my financial difficulties the second half of the year, I've gone into that. My job did not give me a raise. I don't have any other streams of income really, so things just got a little saucy. They're getting better. But I don't know if they're going to stay better, so we'll see. The bills stayed paid, so it's not like it was horrible, but I could have had more money in my bank account. We'll be real. Dating. It didn't go too hot. Still single, if y'all were curious. And not only am I still single, but I've experienced a lot of men that were not worth experiencing. I have a whole list of names of men that were not worth experiencing. And I'm like, how could this happen to me? Like, where did I go wrong? And I do want to be in a relationship. I do want to find somebody. I do want to move towards marriage if I can find someone like applicable to that. But it's not like the end of the world. I've made my peace with my singleness a lot more than I did back in the day when I was in like high school, college, and everybody was dating and nobody was checking for me. I've made a lot more of my peace with it. But I am getting older. And like, I'm 24, I'm literally not old, but my ovaries think I'm old and they're kind of running out of time. I don't even know if I want to give birth to children, but regardless, I'm getting to an age, probably 27, I predict, where everybody around me is going to be getting married. And since I don't have a partner, the likelihood that I'll be ready to get married in 3 years seems slim. It seems slim. So it's just looking like the timeline isn't going to be what I wanted it to be. And that's a little disappointing. So yeah, dating did not go too hot. I could have done without a lot of the experiences that I had in my dating life, but it wasn't anything horrific. I'll live. I just wish I could live a little bit better. And I did take a break from dating, actually. I think it's been 4 months that I've been on break because, listen, you can only let men frustrate you for so long. After a certain point, you get sick of it and you just hang up your dating life. So I haven't even been dating the past few months. I said I was going to start again in January. Again, we'll get into that when I get to the 2023 part of this video. But yeah, dating did not go too hot this year, but that's okay. That's okay. We are going to leave them in the past. This crow needs to shut up. These birds have been taunting me. Exercising. I have not been doing that. I have a Planet Fitness membership, and like, I make sure I go every month so that I'm not just wasting the money. But as far as like, no, I've actually lost weight because I don't think I've been eating as much food as I used to. Food is expensive. I still eat, but the servings are smaller and I'm not exercising. So the pounds are just falling off, but not in like a cute way. In like I'm just, all my muscles. Where? So, so that's something I have to pull back together next year. Feeling short on time all the time. That happened all the time this year where I would be like, okay, I want to hang out with my friends and spend some time alone and do my laundry and clean my room and, you know, survive, eat food, take showers, stuff like that. And it would just feel like, I don't have enough days to do that this week. When am I going to do that? Or I want to really work on my art and progressing myself so that, you know, when it comes time for my next career step, I'll be ready for it. And it's just like, when? I wake up, I go to work, I go to sleep, I go back to work. It felt like there was just not enough time in the day to do the things that I wanted to do. And it felt like that most days. It was kind of frustrating, but that is something that I'm also hoping to kind of curb and figure out in 2023 with my major plan for the year. Not a fly. Not the insects. Y'all, it's hot. We have a heat wave. The insects are out on Christmas. Getting to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, that was supposed to happen. If you scroll down a little bit, you see how many subscribers I have. It's not 1,000. My Etsy, I did have to close it down for a while. Wasn't really planning on that, but that's okay. That's okay. And getting outside in the cold months, I ain't been outside. Your girl been in the house bored, and I don't want to do that next year. Like I said, this is a new country. This is a new state for me. There's still lots to explore, so I want to really be able to focus and dedicate time to seeing it and experiencing it. I still haven't even been to the Hollywood Sign or the Getty, or yeah, I gotta get out there. We've reviewed 2022. That brings me into 2023, what I'm planning for the year, and how I'm going to resolve some of the things that went poorly and continue the things that went well. I have been talking for like an hour at this point. I'm gonna drink a little latte. That is delicious. It is an iced matcha made with oat milk, extra matcha because Starbucks matcha is kind of trash, and the light ice because you don't want to just water down, and the toasted vanilla syrup. Fire. It's really good. If you like matcha, give it a try. If not, do the same thing, just do it with coffee. Okay, so I have a lot of very specific goals that I don't want to go over because I'm not trying to have y'all in every single corner of my business. Let me just say, this plane that I can't see, girl, let me just say the kind of major cornerstones of 2023, these years. So next year, one of the big things that I want to focus on is on like being present in the moment, enjoying each step of my process, allowing my life to unfold before me, not worrying so much, not trying so much. I just want to exist. I spent a lot of this year trying to focus on my career trajectory. You know, I'm at my current job, and like it's where I'm gonna be for a bit, but I figure I won't be there forever. At some point I will get promoted, at some point I'll move to another company, at some point something is going to happen. I'm in a junior role. You're not intended to be there forever. So I spent a lot of this year trying to grow and develop my skills. I went to the CTN conference. I have a video on that. I've just been trying to reach out, meet people, network. I've been doing all of the do. And although that is productive and it does have a place, I've been doing it to the degree where I've been stressing myself out with it and feeling like I'm not getting as far as I need to get with it. And this is another one of those things of me overestimating what I can accomplish in a year. And I just felt like I was supposed to leap and soar and bound and like double my income and get 3 new titles and just to be that girl, when that's just not how this works. So, and it also happened with my finances where, you know, every month I was having to kind of reduce the amount that I was saving, reduce the amount that I was investing, rearrange some things, reduce the amount that I could spend on groceries. I have not, you know, cooked the intricate meals that I was cooking at the start of the year. I haven't, you know, I'm eating potatoes, potatoes and squash. It's nothing crazy. So I've just, as that's been happening, I've been feeling like, when does this come together? You know, if I want to someday have, one of my big financial milestones is to someday be working a job where I'm making 100K. And it's like, okay, I am on track to do that, but what if my skills aren't good enough? What if this isn't aligning? What if that isn't aligning? And, you know, if my investments aren't together, how are they ever going to get together? If they're not together now, when will they be together? Because I'm out here eating potatoes. When are they going to get together? It was stuff like that where I just felt like things were not going how I want them to go at some point. So it felt like they were never going to go that way at any point. So my goal for 2023 is to really just let things happen. Like, I've been thinking about it from an outside perspective instead of from an inner stressed perspective. And realistically, my career is on track. It has been for years, and I will be fine. I will get to where I need to go when I need to get there. Like, right now, I'm gaining experience. I'm working a job that I enjoy. I'm with a company that I enjoy. There is no reason for me to be out here like, well, when I'm 30, I want to be doing this. So that means that when I'm 25, I need to be doing this. And when I'm 23, I need to be doing this. And when I'm 24, I said that out of order. But it's not something that I can plan that exactly because I don't really know what's going to happen. So I'm allowing 2023 to just be a year of gaining experience for me. I like my job. I like what I do. There is no reason for me to be trying to do a million other things. I spent so much of this year trying to get freelance work. I just don't need to do that, frankly. I know I'm not making as much money as I want to at the point, but it's not like my bills aren't getting paid, so I don't need to do that. So I'm just taking it easy next year and allowing myself a little bit of grace and a little bit of space. Another thing is with my finances, I figured out all of my goals for next year. I figured out how much money I would need to save or invest or whatever to make that happen. And my plan is come January, I will open up my bank app. I will set, automatically every paycheck, take this amount of money out of my checkings account, put it in my savings so that we can rebuild some of the savings that I spent on inflation. And that's it. I'm just going to do that one day in January and forget about it because the money will go in. Eventually the goal will get reached because that's just how addition works. And it's not something that I need to consciously worry about every day. Okay? It's not something that I need to say, it's January and I haven't reached my goal for December, so how am I ever going to reach my goal for December? I just need to relax. I just need to relax. So that is what I will be doing in 2023. Relaxing. My finances and my career and my dating life, that's another one. It'll come together when it comes together. I am doing what I need to do. And I feel like, honestly, I'm like I don't want to sound ooh-woo to you guys, but I'm in synchronicity with my goals. I am aligned with my future. It is not something that I need to be so intentional about that all I do is stress and all I do is worry instead of actually accomplish anything. Because a Bible quote that came into my knowledge recently is Matthew 24, I think, to 31. I actually have it in my Notion because it just resonated with me. And I wrote this blog post for work, but then I decided it wasn't appropriate for work, so I just have it existing. But it was a blog post about how where did I write this? I put it in my brain dump. It was a blog post about how Christianity, Buddhism, Judaism, science, philosophy, psychology, people's just lived experience, a lot of them all kind of say the same things at certain points. So, not to say if everybody believes it must be true, but it's just that is a collective wisdom that is worth considering. So the Bible quote, it's Matthew 6:25 to 6:34. The part that I bolded is, can any one of you by worrying add a single hour to your life? And the answer for me is no. It's not. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, or what you will wear. Is life not more than food? Is the body not more than clothes? Can any one of you by worrying add a single hour to your life? And I've just had to realize no. No, I cannot. So there is no point to worrying. So my goal is to just not do it in 2023. To set myself up in January for my finances, to trust that my career will come when it's supposed to come, and just let myself exist. Because I don't need to be trying to force things into place. They're going to go into place. I've always been a productive and active person. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So things will go into place. I don't need to worry about pushing them there. They'll get there. So I just don't want to worry about any of my future goals. Not to say I don't want to have future goals, but I just want to trust that they will happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my big mental peace. And I think that doing that will free up a lot of my time, because I will not be spending time worrying about nonsense and working towards nonsense. You know, I won't be on YouTube. Like, how can I make $500 in a month? And the YouTuber tells me, start an email list. And then I won't be fabricating some kind of business so that I can have an email list to go with it, when that just doesn't make sense with my life. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like I will free up time for other things. And the other things that I want to do are things that bring me joy in the moment and are fun for me in the moment. I don't want to look so much for the future in 2023. I just want 2023 to be about living in the moment. So I want to hike Mount Wilson, because that has been a goal of mine that I've been putting off, because I've been like, well, I could spend an hour at the gym training to hike a mountain, or I could spend that hour working on more work for my portfolio so I can apply to even more freelance jobs and get even more work, even though I don't want to work more than the 40 hours a week that I already do. Silliness. So I want to hike Mount Wilson. We'll see. I want to do a gymnastics class. That has been a goal of mine for, how old am I? 24? Probably a decade, and I haven't done it. So it's time for me to do it. I want to plan a trip to Southeast Asia. I won't be taking it next year, but I want to plan it so that I'll be ready in 2024. Because again, things are going to happen. Things will come together. So I'm just going to trust that I'll have the money and I'll have the time, and I'm just going to plan the trip. I want to see more of LA. I want to take a mini trip with my friends. I just want to have more experiences next year. My goal also with dating is to let go of the outcome. That's another way of saying, like, stop worrying. Let go of the outcome of finding an applicable partner for marriage, finding somebody who, you know, has all of my boxes checked and I check all of their boxes and we're perfect for each other. And all of the places I imagine us going and all the things I imagine us doing. Just letting all that go. And trying my absolute darndest to focus on the present moment and just enjoy the time that I spend with people. And just analyze, like, you know, is what this person giving me now worth what I'm experiencing now? Instead of, well, you know, he's good now, so he'll probably be good in 10 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be where I am. I just want to be where I am. So in letting go of the outcome, I have no longer made my dating goal to find a boyfriend. That is what I want. But the goal in my head is to just go on a date every 1 to 3 weeks. That way I'm consistent with it. I'm not on a 4-month break because somebody pissed me off. And just let whatever happens happen. I just want to meet people. Another big, like, aspect of dating that I've been practicing but haven't really been focusing on is, like, learning better how to socialize, learning better how I want to be treated, learning better how to interact in a dating scenario. And that's, like, important. That's been a valuable skill that I've been able to pick up as I've been meeting all of these people. So I think meeting more of them will just continue my growth in that way. And it's not all about where I want to be. Sometimes it's about where you are. And we can all love the goal, but in order to get to a goal, you have to complete the process. I want 2023 to be about enjoying the process, living in the process, and letting the goal come when the goal comes. Does that make sense? Or do I sound ooh-woo crazy? I hope it makes sense to you, because by worrying, I have not added a single year to my life. So for the next year of my life, I'm not going to worry. I will be focusing on, oh my god, my nose. I'm like having a sinus problem because all the trees are flourishing because we're in a heat wave. Yes, my mindfulness and my, like, self-therapy, weird way to call it, but just in my, like, mental awareness and growth, and in my efforts to make myself a happier and more fulfilled person, I will be focusing on learning about mindfulness, living in the moment. You're seeing a theme here. Being worry-free, being carefree, enjoying the process, on being very aware, trying to meditate more and have just empty brain. Just no thoughts, no nothing. Empty brain. And just hear and feel the moment that I am in. So things like that will be kind of my, like, inner work for the next year. My physical, I'm taking that gymnastics class, and I need to make my Planet Fitness membership not be a waste of money. I need to be exercising, and like, I've been jump roping the past couple of months, also probably not months, weeks, also probably why I'm losing weight, because I'm only doing cardio because I just don't want to drive to the gym. But I need my muscles back. I need my strength back. I need an 8-mile hike to not kick my ass. I need to get it back together. So I'm not committing myself to a fitness transformation, because that feels like focusing on the destination and not on the journey. But throughout the journey, I want to take my gymnastics class for 3 months, maybe more if I can afford it, but I can do at least 3 months. I want to take a gymnastics class, and I want to just really be doing more fitness training, more cardio, more endurance training, and just really getting my body right, more hikes so that I'm prepared for Mount Wilson, just being more healthy. Just being more healthy. I think I need to take vitamin D again. I stopped because like I went to the doctor and they said I was cool on my levels, but I think stopping has brought my levels back down. So I take vitamin C and probiotic, but I think I need to add vitamin D to the regimen. Pretty soon I'm gonna be one of my grandmas with my little flip tray of vitamins, but whatever it takes. I just want to be healthy. Okay, the year of mind, body, and soul, the year of renewal, and the year of the process is 2023. I actually wrote like year things that I did not tell you. Y'all, I don't know if you care at this point, but so 2022, as far as dating went, was the year of social skills and disappointment. As far as finances went, it was the year of worry and stagnation. That's finances and career. And as far as travel went, it was the year of, fuck it, I'm gonna get on the plane. So for 2023, I want dating to be the year of the moment, right? Finances to be the year of set it and forget it, which is a financial technique of setting up your checking account to automatically deposit into your savings and then just leaving it there. Setting up your investments to automatically go in and not checking them, not worrying about, oh my God, Elon Musk is being stupid, my Tesla stock is going down. Just letting it be. Just letting it be. So my year of set it and forget it for finances. And travel is my year of enjoyment and planning, because I'm planning to travel a lot more in 2024 than I will in 2023. So in 2023, I'm still going to get out there. I'm going to enjoy myself, but it's going to be a bit more local with certain stuff. And I just want to enjoy every moment and every day. And I don't want to live for the weekend. I don't want to live for the week that I take a week off of work. I want to try and live for every day. I want to try and enjoy every day. You know what I'm saying? So that is what happened, and that is what we were looking into. And honestly, I know 2023 is next year, but I can't help but look forward a little tiny bit into 2024, just because I know some of the things that I'm going to accomplish are going to bleed over. A financial goal that I'm going to make is going to bleed over into 2024. Travel goals, like I said, I'm planning a Southeast Asia trip that I'm planning on taking in 2024, so that's going to bleed over. And it's also like I'm getting older. They say the older you get, the more quickly time passes. And that's because, like, when you're 3, if they say, like, oh, well, it'll happen next year, a year is a third of your life. So it feels extremely long because you've only done it 3 times. I've done a year 24 times at this point. So another one or another 2 is just like, eh. So I can't help but look forward into 2024 a little bit. I think about being 25 and maybe not being in synchronicity with every single one of my goals just yet. And I really, really want to let that be okay. I really, really want 25 to be a year of enjoyment and not a year of worry, as this year kind of was. I don't want to spiral just because I'm 25 and everything isn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I know. I know 2024 is going to be a great time. I know it's going to be a lot of change, a lot of growth, a lot of travel. I just know it's coming in 2024. And that's part of why experiencing 2023 is so important. Why I'm really focusing on being in the moment. Because I know that more is coming after, but I really want that, like, 2023 to matter and to be something. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward into both years, but trying to focus trying to be in this moment of 2023. So, was 2022 my year? It was my year as far as travel and hiking goes. Yeah, it was my year. Dating and financial, not so much, but not because it went horribly, just because I worried about it so much. I think if I would have just calmed down, this could have been my year in all aspects. So that's why the goal is to make 2023 my year. A lot of people are not saying that. A lot of people are not feeling it for 2023. They are not excited. They are not anticipating good things. But I think 2023 can be my year. It can be your year. It can be our year of getting it done. And by getting it, I mean whatever you want to accomplish. You might be feeling very, very ambitious next year, or you might be like me and you might just want to take it, not necessarily slow, but take it in, experience it, live in it. Stop worrying about what's after it, be in it. So whatever it is for you, 2023 can be the year that you do it. 2023 can be your year, Miss Girl. Okay? So I'm hoping 2023 is my year in all aspects. I'm hoping that I manage to slow myself down enough to really enjoy that year. And I already know 2024 is going to be that girl. I already know 2024 is going to be my year, unless things change. Things might change. Sometimes they change. But for what I foresee, it's going to be that girl. So it's really up to me and how much I'm able to make 2023 enjoyable on whether or not it will be my year. And I think it will. I think I've got this in the bag. I think I get it now. Worrying is not going to add a year to my life. I think I get it now. So I think I'm ready to do it. And so with that, I'm about done. I want to see comments. I'm requesting comments. I want to see what you guys are planning for 2023, how 2022 went, what went poorly, what went well, what you want to do, what you want to change. I recommend there is a blog. It's called theauthorsname.com or .net or something. But you can just look up the Art of Nonconformity blog to find it. And he has a post on the blog about doing your own yearly review. And that's kind of sort of what I followed in a way to reflect on 2022 and plan for 2023. So you could try out doing a year review for yourself and see how you feel about it. Maybe read The Art of Nonconformity. The girls really like it. I don't know if I'm going to, because I feel like it would stress me out and it would make me worry. Like sometimes that self-help stuff really just makes me want to help myself immediately, as opposed to like just giving me some general ideas. So I don't know, but it's on my book list. We'll see. But if you're not like me, if you're not a worrywart like me, go ahead and read it because I've heard it's really good. And with that, I gotta clock out of this TMI. So please go ahead and leave a subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Your girl can only ask so many times. And I will see you all in my next video. It will be my last video of the year or my first video of next year. And actually, it'll be my first video of next year. So I'll see you all next Saturday for my weekly upload, where things will be changing a little bit. And until then, toodle it. Click my links. Click them. Yeah, links. Alright, bye.